Well, here we are again. This is, I believe, Monday, October the 20th, and we are starting our second pile of trees, branches, and stumps. And looks like that didn't go anywhere. We'll have to find another spot to start it. So we've got our second pile started. Took a while. It rained yesterday, I think it was, and was not able to get it started on the other side, so we got it done on this side. And I'm pretty sure sooner or later it's going to get very hot here, and it will spread to these leaves here, and that'll all burn. Yeah, looking good so far. Well, the other side of that pile is burning. Now, to try to get this side to burn, this is going to be tough. All of these logs are kind of jammed together, so I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to be able to get that part burning. Maybe a little bit up there, maybe up there somewhere. We can start it, and then hopefully it'll spread down. I don't know. But something interesting happened when we pulled up here this morning that I want to tell you about. When we got here, this excavator was just sitting on the corner of our property. I have no idea why. Wish I could use it, but there it is. I don't understand. I know I've been looking at some excavator sites, and hopefully I didn't accidentally rent one. Maybe I should go read the tag that's on it. And if my name's on it, well then I'll have to call them up and tell them I didn't order this. All right, well, you can see the smoke coming from the other side. You might be able to see some of the flames up there too. Yeah, you can. But that's going real good over there. I don't want to start it all at once because we got some trees that are kind of close to here, and we don't really want to have a forest fire, so we'll just stick with that side. Maybe it'll burn through on the inside to this side over here, which will help us to burn all these logs here. Again, the reason why we have all these logs is they were supposed to be taken off, but the guy that cleared our land hired some people to come, or just had people come and get our logs, and there was not enough left for a full load, so we just dumped the rest of them over here. All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, or maybe not, maybe a little longer. So the fire is burning really good, and all sides are burning. Maybe not that back part yet, but around here, that wasn't burning before. We still have this section to do, and we have a tree here that caught fire. And at one point, flames were going right up the bark, and it just kind of stopped. But it's continuing to burn there, and I think what's going to end up happening is it'll weaken the tree and hopefully fall into the fire. That would be perfect. I don't have a chainsaw with me today, but maybe tomorrow. We're waiting for parts to come in to fix our chainsaw. But here you can see it's going pretty good. Those logs are all burning. Even down here, I didn't think they would, but I started a fire just down right at the front right here, and it caught, but now it's out. But the rest of the stuff in the back is burning forward. It's burning over here, so we're doing good. We're having a good flame. We like this, and we know that it's gonna take a couple days for this to burn down. Well, more than a couple days. In fact, let me spin around here and go back to our first fire. I don't want to spin too fast and get you dizzy here. But up here, we still have a little bit of smoldering there, but the big piles of ashes that were there have burned down. They were just coals, and we've got that almost under control. We need to get those back in the fire and burning up there, and that's what the plan is for the chainsaw tomorrow. Right, we swing back out here. Hello. There we go. Now we got, this was our concern with this fire. You can see here, there's not much of a clearing between these trees back here and the pile of wood that we have. So, I don't think it'll burn, but it's just a little bit of a concern. The biggest concern we have is that tree. We just hope that it falls in the right direction. And I guess that's it for now. We'll be back in a bit. It's been about 5 hours since we started this fire, and it is still going strong. I mean, all those logs that were stacked together are burning really good. This is a real treat to see that happen. And hopefully all the trees on the outer edges will burn, but this is burning really good. We're real pleased with this. In fact, it's burning so good that the center is almost gone, like it's eating the center out. On the other pile, the center stayed there. The center of the pile, the wood that was there, the stumps, they didn't really burn very well. This is doing really well. It's kind of eating everything up, which is very good. I've got some banana peels and orange peels that we just finished having for lunch here, and I'm going to throw in there to burn up. Ooh, it's starting to get hot. Yeah, this is good. This is wow. See that? Yeah, look at that. There's a hole. Yeah, these are the ones that have not caught on fire yet. Hopefully they will. Oh, we got a fire over here out on the road. Wow. I didn't realize I'm gonna have to get the rake and put that stuff out. That's not good. It's okay if you're doing a controlled burn, but we're not planning on doing a controlled burn. All right, I'm gonna let you go for now, and I'm gonna get that rake. So it turned out to be not too big, but it was kind of hard to contain this fire. Let me back this. No, this is good like that. And we still have some smoldering spots here. You can see the fence there. That's where our property is. I had to go through that fence just to get over here, and some of this stuff is still smoldering, and I really don't want to leave here until this is all out. There's no smoke. So we have a neighbor across the street who hopefully has one of those 2-gallon garden spray cans, and I'm just going to douse these with water, and it should be good to go. Wherever there's a little tiny bit of smoke, I don't want to see any smoke when I leave here. That way I'll feel safe. I kind of raked the leaves back and the pine needles back here so it wouldn't spread any further, so that did help. Did the same thing on the other side, and we just got a little bit more to go here. But I found this here very interesting. It's almost like a round rock, like a cannonball or something from a long time ago. And then there's another one over here. Kind of interesting. Oh well, this is not our property, but so I'm going to leave them here. But these little piles that we have here still smoking, we're going to put those out. And then, oh, our pile. I don't know if you can see. Let me get over here for you. Show you where we are with that. It's gone down quite a bit. This is from a different angle that you haven't seen before. But you can see, let me zoom in some here, or out. You can see that it has gone down quite a bit. I'm actually below it right now. On the other side of this, I'd be above it, so you'd see a little bit more, but it's burned down pretty good, and we're satisfied with that. That's gonna smolder all night long, and really what we need to do is kind of rake these. This is how it started, right over here. sparks got over here, or ashes, I should say, and then started to burn along there. Then it got across the fence and continued to go down the road. And it was burning pretty good when I got to it. I was a little bit worried there at first, but everything's under control now, and we'll continue with our burn. All right, it's I think around 7:30 at night right now, and we got that other fire under control that crossed over this fence here. Our neighbor was kind enough to get us some water. We didn't have anything, which we have learned from that. And we took all the branches from around the edges and threw them in the pile, raked the leaves out of the way so it won't catch and spread. There was a bunch of logs here that would have probably burned all night long and could have easily gotten back over there if the ashes would have reached over there. So I'm trying to be as safe as possible here. The last thing we want to do is have a forest fire in Georgia that is my fault. And then, yeah, that would not turn out very well. But the pile has come down quite a bit, and we're thrilled about that. You walk around this side over here. Make sure I don't want to trip here or use this light. We still got a pile over here. A lot of it is dirt. That's why it's not burning. And I just sort of pushed it here, and a lot of dirt came with it. So this is what it looks like in our hole. And this obviously did catch fire here. I need to be careful. And one time I was in the old pile, and my boots started to actually melt. So we don't want that. So there's a little pile here, and then there's like a valley, and then there's another on the other side. It kind of drops down, and you can see some of the trees there that are still haven't burnt yet, which is good because it's kind of acting like a retaining wall to keep the fire from spreading when we're not here, because we're going to have to leave. We can't stay here overnight, and so we'll be praying that this fire does not spread. I don't think it will, but we've done everything that we possibly could so that the fire would not. All right, well, that's our how would you say, our report for today. Well, we're just about to leave. It's 8:09 on October the 20th, 2025, and that's our fire. Now, on the video that you're looking at, it looks much bigger than really it is. It does not look as bright as it does in person as it does on the video. It's just the way that it is, I guess. And tomorrow morning I'm going to swing by here. I got to go do something. But before I do anything, I'm going to come by here, and hopefully the fire is still contained. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow.